Hi, it's day 2 of the Yoga Week Challenge with me.
Okay, let's begin by just taking some deep breaths and rolling your head right round your neck. Just do full circles with the nose each way. Then look up and look down, just a couple of times, stretching out the neck muscles. Looking left and looking right. Left and right, and nice half circles as well, just tucking the chin, going left and going right. Just keep that going, and then just let your ear fall towards the shoulders. Don't hunch the shoulders, just let the left ear drop and then the right ear. Okay, just sitting cross-legged. Going to start rocking on our sitting bones now, just tipping forwards and rounding the spine. So we just bring our chest to the floor as we straighten the back, rounding as we pull on the shin. So you take hold of your shin. This is what it looks like from the side. So just straight back as you go forward, rounded as you pull back. Amazing stretch for your shoulders. Inhale forwards, exhale back. Inhale forwards, exhale back. You can do this as fast or as slow as you like. Just keep going. Breathing in as you go forwards, out as you lean back. And just stretch out the chest. Bring yourself onto your knees, pushing the hands behind you, gazing up, strong neck. Deep breaths, just releasing the chest, collarbones pulling away from each other. And then just go all the way forwards, stretching your hands out. Forehead meets the floor. Don't worry, if not, you can actually make a pillow out of the fists. And don't worry if you can't get far at all, just work within your own limits. Pulling back up. Just going to lift your left leg over the top of the right, hook the right arm around, gazing over the shoulder, left hand at the base of the spine, twist, seated twist, or rotation. Turning the other way now. Keeping the legs in the same place, just tip forwards. On the inside of that shin, if you can bind, have a little go, just wrapping your arms all the way around the outside edge of that knee, bending towards your foot. Okay, other side. So the leg crosses over and hook your elbow around the knee as you twist and breathe there. Sit as tall as you can before twisting. Deep breaths there in that twist. And then just move in the opposite direction, just twisting the other way, gently pulsing as much as you can, using the outside shin as a bit of leverage, and then bind if it's possible for you. Pull back gently upwards, stretching out your legs now in front of you. Give them a little wiggle. And inhale and exhale forwards. So just do a couple of these, inhaling out wide, exhale as you bring yourself forwards. Bring your feet back towards the shins, nice straight legs. If it isn't possible because your hamstring's too tight, just keep a bend in the knee. And then we're just going to bring left knee in and then the right knee in. As you bring the knee in, squeeze out the air. Exhale, bringing the knee in. Inhale as you straighten the leg. Okay, just roll the shoulders a couple of times, sitting straight in Dandasana, hands resting on your thighs. Taking a deep breath in and out. And we now just come onto all fours. Stretching through your cat-cows, arching and dipping. Inhale as you dip, exhale as you round. Inhale, look up. Exhale, look down towards your navel. Keep that going. Okay, just move your body weight back, gently pulling on the ankles so you stretch out the ankle joint. And then the same thing, but on the balls of your feet. Just do a little balance there on the balls of your feet. Stretch out the Achilles. And then just come into downward facing dog. Pedal out the legs. So one knee bends, then the other knee bends. Flat back. Nice heels to the ground as best you can. More important to have a flat back. Stay in the downward dog. But if it's possible, just take right arm to left leg. Have a little twist. And the other side. Downward dog again. Breathing deeply. Try and see if you can get down to your forearms and keep walking forwards in the dolphin, just gazing between your arms down at the ground or just looking towards your shins, whatever feels comfortable. Just resting in the dolphin, trying to get the heels close to the ground. And then drop down to the knees, extend backwards and into a little plank, a nice low plank on your forearms, pushing the weight back through the heels, keeping that core strength locked nice and tight, hips pushing forwards and under. If you feel wobbly, just drop to the knees. And lower your whole body down to the ground. We're moving into a little cobra here, so take your hands linked behind your back and slide them towards the heels as you pull up. Use the glutes to protect your lower back as you lift your whole body upwards. Take a breath up and in before releasing back down. Have a few attempts of this, little cobras, nothing too big, just gazing up to the ceiling, sliding the hands down the backs of the legs, and then just pushing up and back into a wide-kneed child's pose, stretching the arms forward, knees are wide, heels or toes locked together. Come up onto the fingertips if you like. And breathing here, letting your forehead rest on the ground. Rounding through the back of the body, breathing into the whole back of your body. Pull back up to all fours now and slink back down into puppy. So the chest meets the floor. Try and get your thigh bones vertical. Stretching your arms all the way out to get a shoulder stretch. And then just slide back onto all fours before lifting the right arm up and then sliding it underneath the body in the thread needle. So keep repeating that. We're going to extend the arm all the way up into the air as you inhale. Exhale, slide under that left arm so the right arm lifts as you inhale. Slide back down as you exhale. Just keep going. Try and keep the thigh bones nice and straight. And the next time you're down, just stay down and let the left arm slide over by the ear. Stretching flat out, trying to rotate the chest. Other side. So we extend left arm, then thread. Extend the left arm all the way up and thread as you bend through the right arm. Keeping the legs and the lower part of the body the same. Really nice twist for the upper back and waist. Next time you're down, just stay down. Just stacking the shoulders on top of each other, trying to flex the lower back so the tailbone points to the sky. Arm comes over by the ear. And you can just bend the elbow to get a bit more leverage if you want to. Then pushing gently up and back. Just lifting into downward facing dog. And maybe move the head a few times. No weight in the head, no tension in the neck. Flat back, lovely straight legs. Stepping through with the right leg now. Ground down to the floor with the left. rising up into warrior one, right angle bend with the right leg, and lift the chest. Inhale and exhale here. Push the air away, slide the knuckles down that straight back leg, and release and open the chest. Squeeze the glutes to protect the lower back, and then dive forwards, keeping the arms in the air, straightening that front leg. That's the important bit. So you just come down halfway if you want to, but if it's possible, you can release and roll, rounding through the back all the way over that right leg. Release the hands to the ground if it helps, sliding the hands backwards towards the back foot. Play around with the flamingo here if it feels okay. Bring the knees together, weight in the hands, use the core strength. Just playing, trying to get that flamingo leg going on. Replace the leg at the back and return back to downward facing dog. And we're just going to breathe here a couple of breaths in the dog. Left comes through now, ground down to the right heel, stretching up into warrior one. On the other side, opening up through the collarbones, both heart is lifted and hips and shoulders to the front, sliding the knuckles back down the leg, left knee is right angle, gazing up, no tension in the shoulders. And I'm just going to tip forward, straightening that front left leg as you bring the hands into the air. Halfway, just a flat back is lovely. If it's possible, you can then just aim for the leg, keeping both legs straight in pyramid and opening up the arms. Return the hands to either the leg or the floor. And only if it feels right, just bring the back leg to meet the front leg, the knees together, and your weight in your hands as you kick the right leg up into flamingo. It's very difficult, so just see what you can do. Have a go. Return the hands to the floor, kick back into downward facing dog. Inhaling, exhaling there. Okay, lean forwards now, coming into plank pose, or Kumbhakasana. So nice high plank, and then lean forwards into your up dog. So let the shoulders relax, then push back into down dog and return back to your up dog. Just repeat this, just using the core strength to make the move. Exhale, down dog, inhale, up dog. Just moving through the spine. Let the spine be liquid, nice and loose and free. Keep going with that as fast or as slow as you like. Down dog and up dog. Staying in down dog next time you're there. Walking your feet back in and the arms to meet the feet. Just dangle. Standing forward fold. Just bringing your hands underneath your feet. Just pulling away, straightening the spine, looking towards the ground, and then just the opposite. Standing on your heels or standing in your palm of your hand and trying to pull your body in towards the legs as much as you can, no gap. Just release and roll back up slowly. Let the head be the last thing to come up. Just rotate the shoulders a couple of times, back and forth. Okay, just bring the body weight into the left leg as you tip into warrior three, lifting the right leg, and the arms are like a dive going forwards. Create that T shape. Lovely straight leg, and then replace it onto the floor into the runner's lunge. So the right leg is back on the ball of the foot, left knee bent to right angle, and gaze up, squeezing the glutes again, leaning back as far as you like. And we're going to now rotate out towards the left. Nice big wide arm span, lean back with the left arm, reaching up with the right, nice little back bend twist. Straightening that back leg, activating and energizing. Then the right elbow comes to the left knee and use it as resistance to get a nice deep twist and rotation. Try and think of a line eventually from the heel to the crown of the head. Thinking about your lines as you breathe. Reaching back up into your high lunge, stretch before returning to the ground. Kick back into the down dog and breathe. Just moving feet forwards, meet the feet with the hands, standing forward fold. Rolling up, let the head be the last thing to come up. Arms reach and straight into warrior 3 on the other side. So letting the left leg lift this time. Flex the foot, nice straight lines. Have a few attempts, don't worry if you have a wobble. Try and balance as best you can, bending that standing leg's fine. A little bend sometimes helps. And then just bend that front knee, return the foot to the ground. And high lunge. So you're on the ball of the foot at the back. Stretch out, open out the heart, the chest area. Keeping that back leg straight. Just open out the arm span. Leaning back, right arm to the left leg. Leaning and getting a bit of a twist. And then we take the left elbow to the right knee. Try and bring your hands into prayer if you can. Using that knee as leverage. Line of energy from heel to the crown of the head. Deep breaths in that twist. Feel that shape you've created with air. Stretching back up to your high lunge now. Lean back. Return to the hands to the ground. Stepping back to down dog. Breathe, inhale and exhale. Totally relax. And roll through the spine and into the plank pose. Lovely long neck, gazing beyond the mat. Lower in Chandrasana all the way and pushing back up into a nice little up dog. Lift off the floor if you can, squeeze the thighs and push back into all fours. The right leg comes forwards on the outside edge into dragon. So sliding that left knee back, come down to the elbows if it is possible. Angle the right foot out to 1 o'clock and let that knee totally hang out. So sway, move. You can push your hand, the right hand against the knee, just to let your whole body rotate upwards, if that helps. Okay, bringing your hand behind you to take hold of the foot, if that is possible for you, just kicking the foot into the hand for an extra stretch for the quad. Nice little twist. Return back to the ground, pushing back, stretching out that hamstring of the right leg. Just move back and forth a few times. Flexing the foot, coming all the way up, inhale, and then lower as you exhale, down over that front leg. Rounding over the leg. Don't worry if there's not much give there, you'll get better with time. Just stretching over the other side, a little twist for the ITB. Okay, moving back forwards now. Just back to all fours and move the middle section of your back. Just imagining that you're sort of pushing your back against the inside of a barrel. So moving little circles just in that bit. And now just try the other side. So we come into dragon pose, left leg, pushing through. And stay up high on your arms if you want to, otherwise drop to the forearms, angling the toes out to about 11 o'clock on the left side, and let that knee totally relax outwards. Totally relaxing through the hips, taking the left hand to the left knee to rotate the chest upwards if it feels right. And that left hand can swing behind you to catch hold of the foot if it's possible. And kicking the foot into the hand, enjoy a little extra stretch with the quad. Return down to the ground. Just push back all the way into your hamstring stretch, moving through that stretch. So nice slow movements. Rising up high onto the knees, inhale, exhaling forwards as you round down through and over the leg. Just take it to the side, down to the left side as you drapes the body over the left side. Nice little stretch for the hips. Just move back to all fours now and back upwards onto your knees as you stretch the chest open in the sort of camel pose, sliding down, hands down the back of the legs, and then forwards and back. Just do forwards and back a couple of times in the camel before lifting your hands to your heels and doing a nice juicy big camel. You can always let your feet be flat to the floor, let your head go back if it feels okay, squeeze the glutes to strengthen the back, and stay in the camel for a breath or two before rolling through and back down to all fours and into the dog. Just breathing in the dog. Stepping forwards, just do a little half lift there, hands meet the shins, nice straight back and a fold. A couple of these as you inhale, lift, exhale, pull on the ankles, inhale, half lift, exhale, pull on the ankles. Keep that going. Open out wide the arms as you do it. Then the final one, nice flat back. Then final pull on the ankles. Bend your knees quite deeply now as you round all the way up. Take it to the side. Nice wide stance. Roll the shoulders, push the hands in prayer, and go down into a sumo squat. So taking your hands out to your knees. Just roll through the upper back and shoulders. So one shoulder drops, stay nice and low, and then the other shoulder rolls through. So one arm is straight and one arm is bent at all times. So with each movement, take a breath. So inhaling one way, exhaling the other way. Inhale one way, exhale the other way. Really nice stretch for the upper back. Just make sure you are flat in the back as you go into this and keep nice and low. Feels amazing, this one. And then we just come to the center and rise up onto alternate balls of feet. So one heel lifts and the other heel, one heel lifts, and then try both at the same time. Hold your back nice and straight. Breathing deeply. And just slowly push up, straighten the legs. And sliding your hands down the backs of the legs. Pull yourself into a forward fold. Gently trying to go as wide as you can with the feet. And aiming to get your forehead on the floor between your feet. You can always aim. Trying to get the tailbone nice and high. You can walk your hands through the legs if it feels good. Then just start moving the legs. One knee bends, then the other knee bends. Maybe move to the right. Try and balance. Then move through to the left. So one leg straight, one leg bends. Try and balance here. Bit of a test of balance as you have your arms forwards like a ballast. Working through the hips. Happy hips, happy life. Just play around with this movement and then just lean back and open up, leaning backwards to stretch out your back and chest. And the other side, just hand comes behind and stretch up and back. Okay, keep central now and just forwards as you go dropping onto your knees into a little frog. Straight spine onto your forearms. And pulse back, opening up the hips. Feet flying out to the sides like frog's feet. Push back up now. Forwards fold, just downward dog body, but really, really wide legs. Slight movements left and right, nice and easy flow as you roll up. Let the head be the last thing that comes up. Shoulders roll a few times. Slide your hands down the back. Forwards, tilting as you bring the hands up and over. Another one for the shoulders and chest. Okay, we're coming down to the ground now. Just a little Navasana or boat pose-esque one, and it's just to try and work on our core strength. Roll up your mat so that you can lean on it at the base of your spine, find support there. You can have your feet lifted or down on the ground depending at what sort of level you are at, but you can have your hands by your side of your thighs and just find that bite spot. You know the place when you've got that wobble on. So you straighten up the spine, gaze up to the ceiling, and once you've found it, do little pulses, just movements, very, very tiny around that spot. So you're leaning back and just finding that spot. It's quite nice to stretch the arms up and over the head and bring both hands down towards the nape of the neck as you lean back. It's a bit of extra weight for the back. It makes it slightly harder, but it makes it easier to find that wobble spot. So just leaning back, finding that place that's just enough, and do a tiny little forward and back, forward and back. Just working through the core strength. The feet can be down on the floor or lifted. Make sure you have as straight a spine as possible. Now pull forwards and move the mat back down to the ground as you come into a bridge pose. And you just walk your feet back, nice parallel feet and hips and legs. So lifting up, make sure there's space underneath the chin, hands meeting underneath your body, and squeeze the shoulder blades together as you breathe and release the chest. Such a nice one, this. Setu Bandhasana, rolling back down. Arms come out, stretch at shoulder height, pressing into the ground. Wrap the right leg over the left and double wrap, and just keep going over to the left. So let the weight of the legs take you over that way for a little twist, a supine twist, and looking to the right. Breathing in this little twist and swap sides. So the left leg over the right, double wrap, keep going to the right. Deep breaths. Just looking in the opposite direction. Opening up the legs now, pulling your feet towards you, bending the knees into the happy baby. Keep your lower back pressing into the ground and the back of the head pressing into the ground. And just play around with it, just stretching out one leg and then the other, one leg and then the other, rolling around in the happy baby. Just bring the knees into the chest. Round head up towards the knees, squeeze in before releasing all the way back and down to the ground. Bring your feet together in the goddess pose, left hand touching the chest, right hand to the belly, and just feel the physical breath as you do your Savasana for as long as you can. Nice breaths in and out, just letting all of that good work manifest. Namaste.